So here's a piece of driftwood. I believe it's birch. Found it on the beach a couple weeks ago. Bone dry. No cracks. Well, there is one little crack in there in the middle, but I don't think it's going to extend more than that. This is a piece I've been struggling with for a little while mentally. I've been wanting to do. This will be a prototype for a bigger chainsaw carving I'm doing. This will be a wizard holding a staff on one, or a walking stick on one hand, staff or walking stick, and I want him to have an arm. I just got this quickly drawn up here. I want him to have an arm out like this. How does that go? Yeah, like, let's see here. An arm out like this, holding a big old antique light that I got. I want it to plug in, and I want him to be holding a light, like he's walking down a dark path. So I've been struggling with this mentally because I haven't. Putting this on here would be called an add-on, and I haven't done really too many add-ons, and it's just kind of a mental block that I'm having. So I think the only way to get this done is just do it. Like, I'm doubting myself, but if you don't do it, you don't know. If you don't try, you don't know. So this might be the first of many that I do to make it kind of work. I also have this wood if this piece is too skinny. I also saved this piece from the piece. I want the wood to be the same color and the same, because if I don't want to paint this, right? So I think now we'll put the camera in the overhead. I'm not too sure how much carving that I will show doing this, and I'll just kind of show you guys the steps. I've done lots of, this wizard will also have an add-on hat, like a dunce cap with a big brim. I've done lots of wizards with this, the cloak. Like, so you got the cloak going over the head, dropping down, but this one is completely different. So, yeah, let's get the camera in the overhead. I'll get some pen marks drawn on first. All right, so I got this kind of on here. I don't know this. One thing about me is I'm lazy to look up scale, and sometimes when I'm looking at pictures for scale, I can't figure it out. So, like, his waist would be up here, and there would be a belt there, but this guy's going to have a big gown. So I think his hands will come to about down here if they were hanging there. So what I'm going to do first of all is try and make these both the same. I shouldn't even really be filming this. I should just be carving it, practicing it, getting into my zone. What I'm going to do first is, you have this depth. I have this depth here, right? So this is a side view. This would be his beard right here. Because your head sticks, like our head will stick farther off the body than most things. So this whole thing needs to be cut back down this kind of way here. So I need to remove lots of this wood around here to get this beard to pop off. I leave lots of extra wood on the back because I can make this, like, I can always cut this wood, all this wood here away later. Does that make sense to you? So it's just kind of trial and error, and if you don't do it, how are you going to learn? So yeah, so below these arms here, I'm going to remove all this wood in here too. So you're going to get the hands to stick farthest off the piece. And just carve, Rob told me a scale that I could figure out easy. It's kind of like the eyes on a face. So if you got two shoulders in the face. So if you separate it 1/3, each piece is like 1/3 here, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. This head's a little bit wide, but I think it's probably better to have the bigger head than the, well, smaller wizard head. Anyways, I'll get some of this carving. So I'm going to remove lots of this wood under the beard, and I'm going to remove this wood under the arms here. Okay? I think that's a good start. See how I just drew that beard on there and cut all this wood down here? That's how you get the beard to stick far off. We still have more room to depth. Don't pay attention to these lines I draw on here, because those lines, what they honestly are, they are the struggle is real Geordie lines. So I don't know if I cut his arms too thin down here and made this too thin here. 100% I'm going to upload this video, but right now, mentally, for some silly reason, I'm struggling with it. And I'm sure all you people, friends, and beginning wood carvers kind of deal with the same kind of thing when you're trying to push yourself to learn something new. So one thing that I learned when I was at because I did start carving this at my chainsaw tent. One thing I did learn is what would this be like your pretend this was a lady wizard and there's boobies there. Is there like your what would this called be the torso? It's not cut straight down here from the beard or the neck. It's wider than the head, right? So your shoulders come off wider than the torso, if that makes sense to you. That's why it's really good to have like this. I could have even started with wider shoulders for this wizard. And how I do that is just make the head smaller. Like I think this head might be a little bit still too wide. So what I'm going to do now is this would be your armpits right here, those two lines. I'm going to cut straight down in here. Okay, straight down here. And then I'm going to remove some of the wood in the torso or the chest, and I'm going to round it out the best I can. This, and another thing too, this one is going to be holding the walking stick, or is this one going to be holding the walking stick? Is this one going to be holding the light, or is this one going to be holding the light? I just don't know. So I went into a little bit of a carving frenzy, and that's when I do my best carving, is when I just kind of try to get her done. Everything's still wide now. You can see the bottom here. I haven't even touched it because one of my big struggles is scaling things. This could be like a just carve Rob caricature where nothing has to really be too much on scale, but I'm trying my best to make it on scale. So why I haven't touched this bottom yet, because, say, I don't even know, this arm's going to be the arm where it's going to be up there. I'm going to do the add-on for the light. This one's holding the walking stick. But say, you're for a real person, the hands hang down lower than where your belt would be, right? Your waist or whatever. So everybody's different. Some people have. I myself have actually short legs. Some people have longer legs. Some people have shorter legs. But if you have, for scale, the chest is there. That's even a little bit long. So if you want to make the chest there, then your legs would be down here. So why I haven't touched any of this wood down here, carved it yet, meaning, is because you could make this like a landing base so he's standing on rocks or something. So also another thing too is I left this. Another problem that I have is you got a nice big, especially for chainsaw carving, you have such a nice big solid block of wood, and you're like, all right, I'm going to carve a huge thick wizard. But if you're going for scale, like realism, it's not going to be such a big piece of wood when you're done carving it. You got to remove a lot of friggin' wood. Then that's another problem that I struggle with. Maybe I should just shoot for more of the caricature types because nothing has to be scale. You can give him a huge head, small body. So I think it's probably more like his legs would be like about this long. This guy's going to be having a cloak, right? So you don't have to carve in the legs. But it would be nice to, let's see, just draw the shoes on. See that? Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But now you see the shoulder comes all the way down here, and then here's his chest. It kind of wraps down, not straight down like what I want. This is just me struggling, everybody. And another thing too, why I drew that beard on right away, the head right away, is because look at all that room I have. I can take this down now. I can carve it flatter back, right? Because you want this arm. The deeper that you carve inside here, the more you can get this arm to come off holding the walking stick. And this, I've left it wide meaning extra wood, because he's got, so let's see here, his hand will be coming out here. The square part will be his hand. Then he has his cloak, so his cloak will hang down, and we'll remove this wood here, right? Does that make sense to you? That all his cloak will be here, and then, yeah, remove all this wood here, and his hand will be here. This I hope somehow this video is able to help the beginning carvers when it comes to blocking out and stuff like that. And I'm being genuine and sincere about talking about the struggles that I have, why I haven't done really too many 3D full dimensional carvings with add-ons, because, well, it's the struggle is real. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this face back more, remove the wood. This is pretty wide here too. I can cut this back more. So let's get a pen so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Remove all this wood here, and then remove some of this back wood. If I got to carve it deep in here, like remove more of this wood, that's better, because then you can get this arm to pop off more, right? Anyways, carry on. So this is what we got so far. This is what I got so far. This video is going to end today. This might be like a three series video. I did talk to Just Carve Rob, and I was going to use this piece for the arm, but he said it probably needs to be thicker, because if you're holding a lamp, your hand needs to be like that, right? A good suggestion, because I'm going to show you guys some pictures of wizards holding, well, just wizards with their arm out that I found right now. I couldn't really find any holding a lamp, so you can always go to the bathroom, take your shirt off, and take a picture and use that as a reference. Pretend you're holding a lamp. Anyways, here's the arm that I got cut, so that will be the hand right there, closest to you. I didn't round this part where my thumb is, because I need to cut here. Also, I know I'm getting carried away, but I left this bulky because he's got the robe, so I don't know if the robe hangs down after I put the arm on. Which way is this? Let me put the camera in the overhead. I think because the arm doesn't come. Yeah, I need to do this in the overhead. So this is better. So the arm doesn't come straight off like that. No, it's going to be like this. The arm comes off like this. So it'll be like that. It's hard to explain. It doesn't. You can put it straight on. It would probably be a lot easier for me to put it straight on, but it kind of, when you got the fat belly hanging in the mirror, it's kind of off to the side like that. So I think Just Carve Rob would say 30 degrees. So that's it for this video. We got lots more to do. I think when I'm filming tomorrow, I'm going to carve this face in, the wizard face. I'm not very good at carving little faces. This is more Just Carve Rob's thing, but I think I'll film for that and show what burrs I'm going to use. And then I want to carve the face first before I put this arm on, because once this arm on, then it's going to be hard to get in there with your Dremel flex shaft to cut the face. So face in first, and I left it bulky. We'll give him some hair down here. We still got to carve it a wizard hat, a staff, lots of things to do. Like when this one's holding a light, I do want it to actually probably have a light, this little one. So I'll probably have to carve the lamp and do some wiring and stuff too. But anyways, that's it for number 1 on the Wizard Prototype Just Carve Rob video. Thanks for watching, everybody. And me and just fuck Bob appreciate all the comments on that tribute video. I don't think it was very special. Thanks, Bob, for asking me to do it. And it was a special piece to make for Sandy and Bob and the family, but I'll never make another tribute video again. That's it. Okay, bye.